I'm back.
Yeah,
gentlemen.
About time.
Let's act like we weren't just talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah, how was your vacation?
No, it was cool. We went to Orlando, did Universal, tried to do Disney, but Disney everything because of COVID is capped. So like you can't. There's a capacity for every park, Orlando included. So if you don't either schedule it out weeks in advance or wake up super early and buy a ticket before a certain time, there's a capacity on you just can't get into the park. Now, we've been going down there for years now, so it's like where you're just getting there and they're like, all right, what park do we want to do? Let's go. This is our first time going post-COVID. I don't even want to say post-COVID, but post the initial craziness of COVID.
Right.
And we did not understand it. We're trying to go to schedule Disney. So like, all right, let's buy tickets online. We're about to go buy the tickets. And it's like, yeah, you can't buy them. No. It's just pretty much, the website might as well just said no. Like, no way.
Damn.
Like, and then it was like, you can come into Disney on April 10th. We're like, what? So what we had to do was we went to Universal, Islands of Adventure. We did that. And then we tried to go just park hop to regular Universal Studios. We couldn't do that because by the time we wanted to do that, the park had reached capacity. I was like, all right, I'm not used to this shit. So then I think another couple days passed. We kept getting up early to try to do Disney, but every time we woke up, the only thing that was available was Epcot or Animal Kingdom. And you go to Disney, you want to do Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And no, never. It was never available. That clearly is the park to go to. So, long story short, we didn't go to Disney. We just did the two Universal parks, hung out at the villa, did the pool and all the little attractions there. Ate because it's vacation, so all you do is eat and drink because there's nothing you have to wake up for the next day. It was good, man. It was needed. It was needed. There's been a lot going on in the last year and then some, so that vacation was very, very much needed. But, it got to a point during vacation where it's like, all right, it's time to go back. You can't, as much as I want to live this fantasy life forever, I got shit to do. And I had to get back to you guys.
Yeah, we were kind of lonely without you.
Yes.
I was just chilling.
Even though we blew up your Discord every time.
No, I was still in there. Had the lifeline, the Discord lifeline was still out there.
It was a boring week last week. We just I didn't do shit. I don't think. I just sat around and sulked,
Sulked? What are you sulking about?
Just
You were gone.
Yeah, man.
Get the fuck out of here. Y'all were still talking to me. No, I don't sulk on my account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do much either during the week. I think I just did some schoolwork here, there, and just hung out with Nicole the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah. I've been cleaning all of this.
I could tell.
Shit in my room.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Yeah. And I don't know if y'all know that, but I'm recording video as well because I figure why not,
Right.
We'll upload another video podcast and see how this does compared to the other video podcast where it's just us sitting on a couch like normies
doing the Chris dance.
Yeah. It's also funny too because my Audacity was not recording for some reason, so I had to troubleshoot that. So we're gonna have fun with the audio, Ant.
Wait.
Man.
So this is future Ant here. Lining all that audio up was a pain in the ass. Back to the show. When did your recording kick in?
A little bit at in the middle of your Disney explanation.
Well,
so
then they
I
were good,
probably
then.
missed half of the conversation of what you did, because I remember Disney, and pools were a thing, and
That's
and
fine.
I was definitely listening, but I was trying to fix an issue.
No, it's all good. But if I was talking and you were listening, then there's nothing for me to fix.
True.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit at the beginning, but other than that, I'll have the audio from the Streamlabs that I can just throw at you.
There you
hopefully.
go. It's fine.
But yeah, you know, we're doing it live, but not actually.
Yeah.
Speaking of doing it live,
Half live.
we had a live podcast 2 weeks ago that went really well.
Really
Yeah,
well.
it did.
Yeah, it was a fun time. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out on our YouTube page. Video is probably the best option for you, but you know, just audio is fine too.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really fun time.
Not bad
It was
for
a
some guys
last-minute
who,
decision.
yeah, who planned it 3 hours before it went live.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a fun time. We've been live on Twitch a lot more recently. Like I was on like 2 nights, I think, this week. Once yesterday, which was Friday, with Lucas. We were playing Apex together for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun time. Nico, I know you just got your RAM, so now you can stream because you're supposed to have that Witcher stream, but it turns out that Dell kind of fucked you sideways.
Yeah, they did. Like, it was so stupid because I really was super amped to doing that stream and like starting it up. And for whatever reason, it's like whenever I ran the game and I ran the Streamlabs at the same time, it would like bog down the whole computer. And like I was like doing so much troubleshooting trying to get it done, and I started like an hour before I was gonna stream, and I was like, you know what, it's just not gonna happen. And I scheduled it for the following day, and even then I still couldn't figure out what was wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I started looking at hardware. So I started looking like maybe the hardware is the issue. It's not so much the software. It's not so much like the internet connection. Because I had to I plugged in my computer to the landline. I was like, you know what, let me just hardline it. Let's see what I got. Let's see if it's like the upload or the download. And I'm fine. Like the internet's working. Everything was connected fine. The uptake was connected fine. The recording was just choppy. So I started looking into it, and I was like, so my computer is great and strong, but the CPU was doing all the work but had no like speed to it, like no memory or anything, no power backing it up. So I looked into it and I noticed that Dell doesn't do 4 gigabyte RAMs anymore. It does 8 gigabyte because that's pretty much the norm now.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having 2 4 gigabytes, they put in 1 8 gigabyte. So my computer was running all the programs through one channel when it has 4 channels that it can pull from.
Right.
So I was like, so I bit the bullet. I went back to Dell. I did a bunch of like questions and I asked a bunch of engineers and all that stuff. And they were like, just slap more RAM in it. If you keep having issues with it, then there's a problem with either the software or the optimization in the game. Comes to turn that I just needed to have more strength to the CPU.
I'm glad you only needed RAM.
Yeah, so I pretty much just added a sweet 24 gigabytes of RAM to the computer.
Lightning shit now.
So
Dedicate all that wham.
yeah, so pretty much it took it fine. It optimized, it worked everything. I did a little test footage, and it recorded just fine. So I'm hoping that the streams, I know it's a little stronger because you gotta upload, but hopefully the stream should be good. So that way I can actually do it since The Witcher finally finished filming and I wanted to stream before it started.
Hell yeah.
How much did all that RAM cost?
What's that?
How much did all that RAM cost?
So the 3 RAMs, I got them on sale. And I also got hooked up by the engineer who put the purchase sales in. So I got it for about $75 a piece.
Okay.
So it wasn't bad. It was about like $250 almost. Like maybe close to 300.
Oh, man. RAM must be an acronym for rich ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, that's all on the credit. I'm just trying to keep tech up so we can keep doing what we're doing.
I get it. I do the same shit.
Hell yeah.
But, so yeah.
Is this the part where we roll the intro? Because we have nothing better to say.
Yeah, let's roll it.
Are you still playing Switch at the same time?
No, I just put it away. I'm good.
It looks like you were.
I was like,
No.
this is awfully quiet.
I had to
right?
save.
That's like-
No, I was in the part of Breath of the Wild where like the you're in the desert and then on the map becomes like fuzzy, so I couldn't like teleport to like somewhere safe or go there, so I had to just run around for a bit, and now I'm safe at the women camp, so we're good.
So they just save before you quit?
Oh, every time.
All right. Well, let's roll it.
Yeah, you roll. There you go. I have no idea who's doing it this time. What happened?
Did you just point? Did you just point?
Yeah, I don't know who you're pointing to. No, everybody's layout's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, you're right. It is Ant. I think it's Ant,
me?
actually. Today.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I totally don't know.
I have no idea.
Wait, I did it last time. It says Chris's turn.
Who did it on the live? You, Nico?
Me.
Okay.
Me.
Oh, shit.
So it is Chris.
It's me.
That's why I was pointing, because in my layout, you're on my right.
In my layout, you're below Chris, Nico.
Yeah, you're on the bottom.
Yeah, you're the bottom
bitch.
square.
I'm the bottom, bitch. Oh, it's because I need to change the view.
Nico's
There
the
you go.
bottom.
I'm in the center now.
I'm gonna start
and
this
Chris is at the
recording with Nico just saying, "I'm the bottom bitch," and
I'm
then
the
this is the
bottom
credits
bitch.
roll.
That's the title of the episode. Nico's the
top. Bottom bitch.
Level up, gamers. Welcome back to another episode of the Say Before Quitting podcast. This is episode number 26. We are back at it. Not together this time, but through the powers that be of Zoom, because, life happens and holidays featuring eggs are happening this weekend. So, people are busy doing things.
Thanks.
You can reach out to us at our email at saybeforequitting@gmail.com with any questions, concerns, comments, compliments, giveaways, little sheep things that Nico's holding up that probably a hedgehog, actually. I don't know the entomology of that animal. But you can also reach out to us on our social media accounts at savebefore, the letter B, the number 4 quitting. Follow us there. It's Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and
All of
Twitter. I think that's all we got. Yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah.
And this has been the intro, and now we're moving to the
This
to
has
the
been the
recurring
intro.
segment.
I'm never leaving for a week again.
Yeah,
We're all awkward and we're like, how do we do it?
listen, words, but no, recurring segment of what do we play this week? And you better have played a lot of shit. You
Yeah.
had all the time in the world.
In before he didn't, and I'm going to be flipping out.
I like the little figures you hold up to illustrate how you feel. Yes, I did play games. What?
It's
All right,
Goku.
how does that illustrate how you feel like Goku, Chris?
I'm gonna go Super Saiyan if you didn't play fucking games.
Okay, nice save. I played. What did I play on vacation? I played Circle of the Moon 2, that Castlevania-esque demake of. I don't call it a demake, but it's in the vein of classic Castlevania, like Castlevania 3. I played that. I beat the
How was
first.
it?
I loved them beat the first one, so this one is more of it, and I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
I got back home because that's all I played on vacation. I got home and I bit the bullet and I got that Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury.
Nice.
So I played a little bit of that, didn't play a whole lot. Then with Trenton, we played some little Mario Maker together and he fell asleep on me while he played it.
I saw that Instagram story. It was
Yeah.
cute as fuck, man. I was
That
like,
was.
oh,
He's
look at
passed
Aunt
out.
being a dad and shit.
Yeah, okay. Wow, did you hear your name? When I'm done, I got you, okay? All right?
This is all staying in. Just
Oh,
so
yeah, I'm not
you
taking
know.
this out. What'd you say? You're so hungry? Yeah. Okay, well, when I finish, I'll hook you up, okay?
Are you hooking me up to record your, or are you hooking me up to something else?
I'm gonna make you something to eat. Okay?
But how do I get to eat something?
Hey, this is a very high production show, man. This is like dollars and dollars a second.
This is great.
We're wasting tape.
This is great stuff, man.
What's wasting tape? Well, when a man
Boomer.
loves a woman, and it's like no.
What?
Huh?
I just unplugged my monitor. Shit.
Way to go.
I'll be back. I gotta go to the
All
nether
right,
realm.
Trent, I got you when I'm done. Okay. I need you to be quiet. I gotta record. All right.
I got you the present.
All right. Some of this I have to cut out. How can you what?
Chris, how's it going underneath that desk?
I don't know what the
Tell you
fuck
what.
just happened, man.
When I finish, I'll give you some.
Yo, this is the best show
It's not.
we've ever
Something
had.
just went wrong.
Oh
Just
no.
Chris's
oh, no.
computer exploded. Anthony's over here making a babysitter.
Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Okay.
Yo.
Hey, you guys.
We back in this bitch.
All right. I have no idea where. Oh, Trent fell asleep on me. And I feel like I can't keep saying that or he'll appear. He's like Candyman. Like,
You know it all has to stay in now, too.
all of that? I'm not
All
even,
of
I'm
it
gonna
has to stay in because
I'm gonna leave
it
most
doesn't make
of it.
sense if it doesn't.
I'm gonna leave most of that in.
What?
Trent, go back up for a second. I gotta record. All right, I'll be up there. It's like cute to a point, and then it's like, okay.
Doing work. Let me do my work.
Now, I played Mario Maker with Trenton. Mm-hmm. And and he fell asleep on me. And he was knocked out. Like, we're both playing, and I think I'm Mario, he's Luigi. And at one point, his character just stops, like cold, like just dead on stops. And you know, in that game, like, you have to keep moving or the screen doesn't let you progress if one character's over here and one character's over here. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, but he was just talking, like, let's go to this level, let's do this. I'm like, all right. And then that happens, and I'm like, and I'm not even looking at him, I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, yo, come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? I look over, he's just nodded, just gone, just controller in hand. I'm like, what? I'm like, you were literally just talking to me.
Yeah.
So
When it hits you, it hits you.
yeah, it hit him hard, hit him like a truck. So that was the end of that play session. And then last night, I jumped right back into Horizon Zero Dawn because I never beat it. So
Nice.
like the other stack of games I never beat, but I jumped back into Horizon, getting into that, getting into the meat of that. I never got past like the first 3 hours, I guess, because like I would get through it and then another game would come out or I would get distracted. I just never dug into it. And so now I'm at a point where like it's getting like good, like where the shit starts going down. I'm like, oh, this game is good. I never let myself get to the good part. So played that for a couple hours, had some fun on that, and that's it for me. It's a nice little handful of games I played. It's most games I've played reporting into this show, I think, since it started.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. How did the Joy-Cons work for you on...
Oh man, yeah. Nico is the VIP. Let me tell you. Before I left for vacation, I dropped my Joy-Cons off at Nico because I had the notorious Joy-Con drift, and he ripped them bitches apart and fixed them for me, and they're like working like brand new. I didn't have to send them into Nintendo and wait for them to come back and get them fixed or spend $70-$80 on new ones. So major shout out to you, man. You saved my life. I haven't been able to play my Switch handheld without drift in a while.
That's good.
So
yeah,
thank you.
They're fairly easy to fix, and like, man, it's just it takes no time at all. There is one little issue with like trying to fix them sometimes, where if you're not careful enough, you know those little ZL and ZR buttons. Mm-hmm. Nintendo did this because they're jerks, but the engineers used filament connectors for those, and they're positioned in such a way that if you just crimp one of them just too much, you split the connectors inside. So those two buttons stop working
Oh shit.
if you don't do it just right.
Well, I'm glad you did it just right.
So, That's just for anyone who's listening out there who wants to fix them. It's really easy to fix. You can get the stuff at Amazon, but just be careful on those connectors, because the moment you crimp them just too much or you don't place them in the right position, when you close up the whole remote, say goodbye to those buttons.
I appreciate it, man. Nico, a.k.a. Crimp Just Right. Gamer tag.
Gamer tag, crimp just right. Well, I'm glad they worked.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good. I was worried the whole time. I was like, I even forgot to ask you. I was like, you know what? Let me ask him to see if he actually got to play any games.
I was on it. Felt good.
All right, dope. That's good. How about you, Chris? What you played?
A little bit here and there. Tried to play Mario 64 because I purchased the Mario 3D All Stars game, the one that like everyone's, making the big deal about. Rest in peace, Mario. Apparently.
Yep.
He's gone.
I don't like it. I don't like Mario 64. It's really annoying. You can't move the camera. It's kind of jank looking, and after playing Odyssey, I was talking to Ant about it. It just doesn't feel right. Like, I'd rather play Super Mario Bros. Than that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather just go back to the OGs,
For anybody who wants to kill Chris on that, I completely understand. I think people expect me to get outraged at that, and I won't. Because if you start at Odyssey and go back to 64, that is the most jarring. Like, Odyssey plays like you thought 64 played as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like,
that's an interesting comparison.
because
It
like
really
that.
is, yeah.
because
it really
nostalgia is a motherfucker, as we all know. But if you've played 64, like I played 64, all the 3D Marios from 64 on, it's been a natural progression. So it doesn't feel as crazy to play the newest 3D Mario. But if you start at the top and then go back to the start, go back to the bottom, it's going to seem ridiculous. It's going to seem so primitive. Not even just
it was
Mario,
weird,
just
man.
3D games
I'm not
in
a
general.
fan.
So I'm not even surprised at that. I understand it. It makes complete sense to me.
Yeah.
That's a nice point of view, though. Like, watching you where you started with Odyssey and then going back.
Yeah. I mean,
And then
and
seeing what your reaction is.
I can appreciate it, like, for what it is. It's just, like, it's one of those games where it's like, I'm not going to sit down and try and beat this. Never going to happen. Maybe I'll do the one with the water gun on his back, because that actually looks like fun. And then Galaxy. Those two actually look like feasible games to play. But for me, I'm probably just going to say, fuck 64. No offense.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I think with Mario Sunshine is where they started playing around, where you can sort of move the camera around.
You apparently can
the
in
C-stick?
64. Like, it's letting me on the Switch version, and it's, like, letting me move it, but, like, it's only in specific spots, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I really hate it. Just, like, let me the right analogs there. Let me use it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Other than that.
Yeah, that's what I was, like, talking about when we were talking about, like, when the analog started coming out a few episodes around. There's, like, moments on 64 where they had a camera placed, like, on a rig around the character. So, like, there has to be amply and enough space around the character for the camera to actually pan around. If not, then it would just stick to certain, like, notches around the character.
The camera literally hits the wall if you're next to a wall.
Yeah.
Like, you can't spin around.
So annoying. I hate it. But, yeah, other than that, I've been playing a bit of Apex. Like I said earlier, we streamed a little bit with Lucas, and then Ryan hopped on a little bit later as well. We got one really good win that was fun. I might upload a couple clips of that. There was a couple funny moments that was like, at the end there, it was like us versus one team, and I got knocked because, like, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going to be the hero that Gotham deserves. And then I get knocked, and, like, Lucas is playing the Lifeline character, and I'm like, Lucas, he's on my bitch ass, get over here, pick me up. And then he put down his little drone thing and picked me up, and that ended up winning us the game, because, like, right as he picked me up, I healed my armor, and then he just went off and distracted one of the dudes, and I just come up behind that guy and kill him, and we get the win. And I was like, oh shit, dude.
Beautiful.
And I think I had, like, almost like 1,500 damage, and he had like 70. And he's like, I didn't do anything. And I'm like, sir, if you didn't res me there, we would have lost. Like,
Yep.
Yeah,
you
man.
were the MVP. Like you
You set
quite
it
literally
off.
just like I'm like he's like, well, look at my stats, they suck. I'm like, but look at the reses. There's one res, and that res changed everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a good time. We lost a lot for about 4 hours and got one win. But it's just the way that the game goes with the skill-based matchmaking. How, since I've played for a while, and then Lucas hasn't, it just brings him up to my skill level, which isn't really fair in those games, and I hate it, but, you know, it's the way it be.
Right.
Other than that, been playing Breath of the Wild still. I got the Master Sword finally.
Nice.
I pulled it from the stone, and I did all the shrines in that forest.
So you got them 13 hearts.
Yeah. I maxed out my heart. I actually had, I think, 35 of the little sphere things that you can, like, pray with to get more hearts. And I was just like, why am I not doing it? Because I kept dying because I didn't have hearts. So once I did that, the whole, like, squat stream thing.
Yeah, hearts keep you alive.
Oh, yeah. I've hardly died since. I mean, I died like 6 times before we started playing here because I was at a shitty spot. But, like, you know, give or take. Yeah, it's been a fun time overall, though. I don't know if I would see it as, like, one of the best games of all time, as, like, people, like claim it to be yet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just because I'm not, like, into the story as much as I should be, which, you know. It's cool, I guess. I snuck into Zelda's tower to do the memory thing. That was kind of neat. I was, like, sneaking around like Spider-Man on the walls while the little things are flying around the whole time. That was fun, but, yeah, we'll see. It's fun.
You'd run
That's about
into
it.
the same issue you
That's
ran
not
into
bad.
with Mario 64 if they put out the Zelda collection and you go back and play Ocarina of Time, which was another, like, pivotal moment in gaming, but I'm sure you pick that up now and be like, the fuck is this?
Probably. Isn't that on the Super Nintendo collection?
No, it's a 64
so.
game. So, well, the rumor is they're going to put out a Zelda collection because this is Zelda's 35th anniversary year. So they're probably going to do the same thing they did with Mario.
Gotcha.
So,
And then they're going to kill him next year.
yeah, you know, they're just killing off their main characters.
I mean, I hope they do the collection and then you can purchase them instead of just downloading them for a while. So,
Yeah.
Like a physical
would be cool.
collection. That'd be nice.
yeah. That would be dope.
They should kill him and then bring Kirby back.
Kirby died?
I mean, when's the last Kirby game we got?
There's a Kirby Switch game.
Yeah.
Like
that
a
was
year or
one
two
for the
ago?
Switch, I think.
I don't know. I just got a Switch like a month or two ago, I think.
You said when was the last one? So, like, as if he died.
When was the last time Kirby was relevant?
Smash Brothers.
Smash. Yeah.
I don't count him as relevant from Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers has been out for like 6 years, dude.
But,
No, he said- he
his
said-
game
I
came
think-
after Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
And in Smash Brothers, if on story mode, he's like the main character
main guy,
of Smash
yeah.
Brothers.
Nah.
That's a valid argument.
Yeah, what'd you play, Nico? What'd you play?
Well, I went ahead and bit the bullet just after seeing all the Mario Death thing, and I bought the same thing, the Mario 3D. Didn't play it though because I picked up another game, which I was super excited for, and I got about 4 or 5 hours in, and I picked up Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I've been wanting to
the new
ask
one?
you about that.
Yeah, and it's quite good.
That's what I've
The
been saying.
music is amazing. The weapons are great. That little new mechanic of like climbing and using that little like slingshot thing really changed like a lot of the game itself. Like even some of the combos for the weapons now changed. Now you actually have more combos. So like when you use the insect glaive, you can now have one insect, and then later on as you level it up, you can have 2, and then they each give you different power-ups as you use them. And then if you use like that little slingshot thing and you're like hunting, you can go around and like collect an extra one. And then instead of just using 2 slingshots, you can use like up to 3.
That's dope.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool because you can use it. They have it mapped where you can use it to jump upwards, and then you can use it a second time to like Spider-Man your way forward, or any direction that you aim to. So you can in the air, you can even like air dodge like attacks and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And they just added a bunch of stuff, like weapons look cooler. You can like unprogress weapons to get material to then bring it and use it on another weapon, and then level those up. They made you into an army of one. So before, you used to have a Pelico, which was the little cat thing.
Right.
That was like a support, and he would like bring you items or heal you or whatever. So now you can train a specific Pelico to either be an assault fighter with you, a defender, a healer, a support, a gatherer, and like you can send them to do things while you're hunting.
See,
And then the dog, you can use it to like 3 ways. You can call them, you can send them out with the Pelico to fight, or you can mount them and fight with the dog on the dog. And that's really cool because it adds a different mechanic. Because sometimes the creatures like run away, and like they dip.
so like,
and you have to like.
why wouldn't one? And I'm just speaking out of ignorance because I don't know. But why wouldn't you always just team up with it then?
Well, when you team up with it, your combos change. You can only do like basic, like horizontal or vertical slashes. You can't do your big specials.
Oh, okay.
So like sometimes you can like rush at the target and then attack with the dog, jump right off of the dog, like Ghost of Tsushima style, and do like a combo breaker and then start your combo off. So it's pretty dope. The music, the style, the whole samurai theme is really cool. And out of those 4 hours, I think I spent 2 hours on customization. They added so much customization on how the character looks, on like color scheme, like scars, tattoos. And says you not only customize your main character, you customize the character, Pelico, and the dog.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're gonna be
So,
customizing for a while.
But it's fun so far. I got some homework done tonight. I'm definitely gonna jump back on it.
Nice. What now, only Monster Hunter I've ever played is I played the demo of Monster Hunter World. That is the only Monster Hunter I've ever played. And people love that. Do you, number one, do you feel like this is better than Monster Hunter World? And or how is it different from Monster Hunter World?
Where I'm at right now, like I said, I'm 4 hours in and I'm still doing like level 1, level 2 missions. Like, again, my cousin Adi, he got it right on release date. And on 2 days, he's doing like level 4 and 5 missions already. So he's like way ahead.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that the differences between the two, it's like mainly on the gathering. So it's much faster to progress. You don't have to do as much grinding and fighting the same creature over and over again to get better armor, better weapons. Overall, in that sense, that's a little better because you're not sitting there hunting the same monster for like the longest time just to get like a mediocre weapon or to get like a tier 1 weapon that you need to be able to advance to tier 2. Now you can just do it pretty quickly and advance. And then they change a little thing on it where you can send your Pelico to do those hunts that you did already. And then they can get you materials for you.
Got it.
So, like, if you don't have tier 1, tier 2, and you're, like, a collector and you want to have all the weapons, you can just send your Pelico out and, like, he'll gather up, like, materials for you without you having to continuously keep hunting the same, like, creature.
All right.
So they speed it up a little bit. They added the dog, which, again, added a whole nother mechanic, and the little slingshot. They expanded the maps outrageously. So now one hunt can take you anything between 30, 40 to 50 minutes to get done. Because, like, the map is so extensive.
Would you consider that a good thing or a bad thing? Is that an upgrade or a downgrade?
I consider that a big thing.
Right.
And the reason being is because, like, it's a good thing because it adds more stuff to you to do during that specific hunt.
Right.
Which, one, it shortens the amount of times that you have to keep going in and out of missions to get your materials. because you have more to like look forward to and explore and gather and stuff like that. Sometimes like if a creature fights another creature, their skeleton is like laid around, you can just go ahead and like harvest it for whatever it's left, and then you can move on. And it changes every time you come back out to the map. So you're not always going to get the same materials from the same spot in the same place. So they expand it so you can go anywhere. And there's these nooks and crannies that have like these great items to get.
So it upped the
And you
discoverability pretty much.
Yeah, it's all based on probability on that, like how to get the good items here and the hidden areas. But I don't know. I think the reason why the map is extended is to add more online playability. Because Monster Hunter World's maps were much smaller, so when you had a team of 5 or a team of 6, which you can only have, I think, up to 4 in World.
Yeah, I think it was 4.
It made it really hard because you had 4 people taking up this like huge tiny space and fighting all at once, and it's like who's doing what combo where. But this one is much more open since you have the slingshot ability, you have the climbing ability, and it changes the play style. Because like if Chris were to play and you were to play with me, and both you and I were melee fighters, and let's say Chris wanted to pick up like the bow gun, or he wanted to pick up the actual bow because they added a bow weapon to it, he could literally be like, oh, I need to get the high ground, just like he did in his Apex game, and just climb and just find a safe spot and just pick them off from the top while you and I are fighting on the bottom.
That's cool.
So it changes that team-based play style that it has online. So I think that's why I say it's a good thing, because it adds to your gameplay. It shortens the amount of times you have to keep coming in and out of missions. And then just online is going to be fun when that opens up.
Now, I asked all these questions because this was the first. I mean, like I said, I never owned a Monster Hunter game, but when World came out, I was like, that looks fun. I played the demo and I was like, this is cool, but clearly I never bought it. Not that it was bad. I just, I wasn't super invested. I saw the trailer for this new Monster Hunter, and what's this called again?
Rise,
that's right. I saw the trailer for this one, and I saw the hook shot thing that you were talking about. I was like, that adds a nice little fun element. It looked interesting, but I didn't know whether to, take the risk, bite the bullet, try to play it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people, like, I talked about, like, Monster Hunter and some of the Discords that I follow and stuff like that. And everybody kept giving me the same thing where they were iffy about, like, jumping in on this Monster Hunter until, like, later on because of Monster Hunter World. But it's like, remember when I said that I lost that fandom edge when I finally got into World because I picked it up super late?
Yeah.
And, like, the online missions were hard to get, or if you wanted to do, like, the Wrath Laws and get, like, the high-tier weapons, it was hard to do because nobody was playing it anymore. Everybody was done with it. Like, nobody was in it. That's how it feels currently, and it's because a lot of people are still on the edge of, like, do we want to buy it? Do we not?
Yeah.
Is it going to be just the same, or is it going to be better? But, like, if I were to tell you, if we were to play it, like us three were to play it or play with friends, it's going to be a lot more fun than in World.
And I assume
just because of, like, all the stuff that's in it.
Especially if we all get on it once. I assume that. I don't know. I'll keep it in mind, though. It looks cool for what it's worth.
No, I mean, I'm going to keep playing, and I'll give you guys more, like, uptakes and, like, stuff like that, updates.
Right.
But it's like, so far, I'm having lots of fun with it. And, yeah, my character's funny as shit. He looks like Orlando Bloom. Like, I literally just turned on the game, and it, like, popped up, and I was like, this guy looks like Orlando Bloom. So...
And that is why we continue with him.
So I kept it.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, I played that most of the time.
Cool. Dope.
Yeah, did that watch Chris do a hell of a lot of streaming, which was fun.
Yeah, you were
all of these streams are
streaming
very
machine.
fun, Chris. Keep doing it, please.
It's just me dying a lot and getting mad, pretty much.
It's still fun, though.
CLD told me that one of your streams turned into just a conversation about action figures.
Yeah,
Yes.
I forget what I was doing. I think I was editing TikToks. I was editing it. I was bored as shit, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go live." And it was literally just like him and I talking about toys. Ironically, if you're watching the video version of the podcast, I just had a toy delivered, so there's that. But like we literally just started talking toys and like talking shop, and like with my new webcam, you can kind of see the detolf right there. That's in the distance of all the figures, and like we're just like talking about our detolfs and like what's inside of them, and like this like Spawn figure that we both just got, which is right here, that's gonna stay there forever because it's worth a little pretty penny right now. But you know, like just shooting the shit about toys, and he and I both. Well, he fucking convinced me to pre-order. You remember the Gargoyles TV show? There's like a figure coming out of the main dude.
Goliath.
And it has a 16-inch wingspan.
What?
16 fucking inches. And I was like, I don't know where to put that. He's like, yeah, well, that's the thing. You get it now, and then you figure out where to put it later. And I'm like, fuck, you're right. And I pre-ordered it live on stream.
Nice.
Look at that.
Yeah, Goliath was a great character in that
That was
show.
a great show.
They're making more, too. Like, there's rumors of, like... Well, not rumors. The main dude from the company was like, yeah, we're going to make, like, a full line, and there's going to be, like, 5 that are already in production. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, if you're making Goliath, you got to make Goliath where he's being, like, all regal as shit, you know, with, like, the wings, where it looks like a cape almost. And he, like, folds them in, so I'm like, we're already getting another Goliath, so... But, yeah, that was a fun time. I think it was just him and I, and that was it. Like, you were there for like probably like a couple minutes, and then you hopped out because I think you had to do like schoolwork or something. Yeah. And it was just me and CLD just shooting the shit about toys, and I was like, okay. Yeah. I hardly even got the TikToks done, which are up now. Go on our TikTok and check them out. Some clips from the Turtles video.
Yeah, they're fun.
Man, that video, that's one of our best videos.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have a lot of views on it, and I'm getting kind of salty about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look
that's the one to watch
right now at the fucking views, because that's one of our best ones. 1 second.
I never went and checked it. I kept meaning to and like not doing it, but man, that video's hilarious.
All right, let's take a quick peek. Oh, it's got 23 views. That's not bad.
It's up there.
Wait, let me do the thing where it's like the most views. So the most views we got right now is the PS5 unboxing for obvious reasons. After that is one of the demos. Goddamn, I'm slacking. And then after that, part 1 of Mario Party, where Yoshi is the real MVP. Before Nothing Mattered. And then we got Resident Evil 8 and the second demo. And then man, it's up there.
Yeah,
so.
We also got 44 subscribers. We had like 38, 35.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's cool.
We're growing, boys. My face is extra white because of that screen. Let me put that down real quick. All right.
Spoiler alert, Chris is white. So
spoiler alert.
All right.
But yeah, that's what I played.
All right.
And
Nice.
that's what I did.
So that's a good segment, boys. We're back in it. You know.
And we're playing games.
Look at us playing games. Everyone played games.
Yeah. We played games, boys. We did it.
I don't know what to promise you about next week, but everyone played games this week.
Next week it's going to be a little bit back to natural settings, probably, because we still sound awkward after taking only 1 week off, but it's fine. We're rolling back into it, rolling with that punches.
But see, we took care of you listeners because to your ears, it's everything's been business as usual. You have a consistent show every week. For us, it's been a week.
Yeah.
Which is not an excuse. It's been a week. But still.
Yeah. Well, we want to move into the news, boys?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's do that.
What was the one that I wanted to start with? Because I want to get mad real quick.
Let's get angry.
Well, we already did one where Mario's dead.
Rest in peace, Mario.
So I want to start with the one that pisses me off because I've been looking forward to this game for a while. The Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga has been delayed to an unannounced date. So it came out and pretty much said, hey, it's not going to be ready, but we're going to push it back. I'm so mad. Well, there's so many games right now that are just like pushing back. So many movies too, like Mortal Kombat's movie just got pushed back. A couple other movies from Warner Brothers are getting pushed back too, and now fucking Lego Star Wars.
Well, what?
Like,
well, I wasn't too bad at Mortal Kombat. It was like a week.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat is just.
It was just a week. That was, I'm pretty sure, just so that Kong and versus Godzilla can have like its breathing room.
Yep.
To be fair, but like,
Uncharted did the same thing.
Like fucking stop. Just give me the things.
That and the analog system, like the Nintendo standalone system that was coming out, also got delayed as well.
Damn.
Yeah.
That one they said it got delayed because apparently it was on the shipment that got stuck in the Panama Canal.
Whoa. Well,
Yeah,
that don't happen every day.
yeah. That's been an ongoing, like, quote unquote meme and or real news in the outside world where a ship got stuck in the Panama Canal. Mm-hmm. So now all those ships that were like scheduled en route through that Panama Canal are like either stuck on the other side of the canal or have to go all the way around South America, which again adds a whole nother shipping like time to all that stuff.
Damn.
So not sure if any of that was being cleared, but so far everything's got delayed. And
Fucking trash. Wait, what was the original date of the Lego game?
I don't know if they even had one, to be fair. I can check real quick, and we can do a little of what I like to call, oh no, I messed up the video, I'm an idiot.
Whoa.
God damn it, I did it again.
Whoa.
Cool. ASMR, Lego, Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga. So it just said 2021.
All right. So then what? So I guess you can't delay a game that didn't have a definitive date. They could always be like, well, we never said. When?
Well, yeah, but it's one of those things where it's delayed indefinitely. Like, until, like, they even say that it's going to be out again, so...
Why do you think that is? Do you have any thought of maybe?
I have no clue, man.
who's the company that's making it?
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
Developers TT Games, Traveler's Tales, and Lucasfilm.
Just regular Warner Brothers, like not Warner Brothers like Montreal or anything?
Oh, that's the publisher, my bad.
It's Warner Brothers Interactive is the publisher, but
Right.
the official developers is TT Games.
Only reason I brought up Warner Brothers is they just pushed back the non-Batman game. What's that? Gotham Knights?
Gotham Knights.
That was also, I
got
just
pushed
figured it
back
was
as well.
WB. I don't know what's going on over there at WB.
I'm not
Everything.
sure. TT Games is actually a British holding company in Manchester, so I don't see that they have anything going on when it comes to like deals or anything that's limiting them on doing anything. So
Yeah.
it might have just been a scheduling issue they wanted to take care of.
I'm just sad because I've been looking forward to that game for a while now. Because like the Lego Star Wars games have a special place in my heart from like childhood, and like just being able to play that again, but now upgraded to like PS5 level graphics. Like they're fucking Legos. They don't need that, but like being able to do that is such a good time. And
But now
it's
they're
the
Legos
Skywalker
in
Saga,
4K
so there's prequels.
60.
So we're gonna pod race, motherfucker. I want a pod race, bro.
That would be fun. A Lego pod racing game?
I mean, it's gonna be in the game. I'm pretty sure there's a pod racing level from the Phantom Menace scenes, but
Oh, okay.
there's not like a specific just pod racing. But yeah, I'm just sad more than mad. Do you
I'm
wanna know
not sad.
how sad I am?
I'm just
How
disappointed.
sad are you? We're doing an
Okay,
unboxing.
Chris
Yeah, we're
is-
doing it live.
Unboxing something live on the pod.
It just received a figure, and I'm pretty sure
Not live by the time you guys
it
see
might
it or
be
hear
some
it, but
Lego
live
stuff.
in the moment.
Oh, it ain't Lego. It's fucking Star Wars, man.
Oh, all right. Damn,
What?
50th anniversary.
It's
I
Qui-Gon
can't see it.
Jinn.
Qui-Gon.
Oh yeah, it's Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah,
Yeah, you know Liam Neeson.
right.
I
You
couldn't.
know
I
Liam
couldn't see
Neeson?
it.
I know
from
who
over
Liam
here.
Neeson is. Yes.
That Liam Neeson shit.
All right.
I fucking love Key and Peele. I love that bit. Sorry. That's one of my favorite bits from them. With the what are they, like 2 doormen outside?
Oh yeah.
That bit, yeah. That Liam Neeson though. That's my shit.
It's too funny.
But yeah.
Well, looking at that and everything that's been delayed, what else was delayed?
Too much.
We had that, right? We had Uncharted movie got delayed by a week. The Analog Pocket, that's the one I was talking about, was delayed by the Suez Canal boat. So I don't know if you guys have been looking into this thing, the Analog Pocket thing.
They put out a couple
systems. It's literally a
systems.
revival
Yeah.
of the Game Boy Color.
And for people who don't know, I guess the analog, before that they put out a version of that where it was the Sega Genesis, that was Super Nintendo. The actual names of them escape me right now, but I guess this was the natural progression of that. They got the Game Boy version of it.
So apparently this is going to be a Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance cartridge library. So it's apparently having some of the games programmed in it, but also have a connector where you can play your old games.
I might need to get one of those.
Yeah.
I want to play some old Pokemon.
Yeah, and I was looking online as well. There's some TikTok content creators out there that are actually going ahead and making Game Boy cartridges like on the side. Like they are creating.
You were showing that to me, and they're like, they don't need the battery or something.
Right. So they use new version of the cartridges or new plugins or motherboards, and creating their own resin casted like cartridge forms, just like the old Nintendo Game Boy Color, and then putting in whatever game in there, and then modeling the cartridge itself with pictures and everything on it, and then all you have to do is plug in and play. Like they don't have like that old style battery on it where sometimes you will lose your data because the battery would run out. But they work as brand new Raspberry Pis technically, but you can just play them on your old Game Boy.
Yeah, man.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I like how they're keeping classic gaming alive in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rest in peace, Mario.
So
Yeah,
I'm looking
Mario
forward
is
for
dead.
this analog thing. I might actually pick it up just to check it out. I have so many Game Boy games that I would like to play, and my Advance is dead, and both of my Game Boys are broken apart because I was at one point modeling them and like changing them. But I might just get this just to play around.
I feel like that's a library that, when it comes to handheld libraries, like in any sense, that's a library that doesn't get as much attention. Whether you're talking about Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, even DS, going forward, unless they find a way to put them on different systems, maybe the Switch will come out with a collection like they did with NES and Super Nintendo. But
Dude, I love that.
Me too.
Yeah,
But I've
that would
been
be cool.
saying for a while that I need access to Game Boy Advance without ROMs or, setting up my own Raspberry Pi. I mean, that's ROMs, but you know what I mean. Like, I feel like they don't get enough attention. They don't get restored. They don't get any attention. Like a perfect example of that is we talked about the Zelda collection that could be possibly coming for the anniversary, and they released Ocarina of Time on 3DS, and that was like the modern way to play it. It was way better than the original, up-resed, all that stuff. But if they never go back and take care of that library, then we're never going to get to play that version. Like, I would hate for them. I honestly don't want them to put the 64 version on Switch if they do it. Put the updated 3DS version.
Updated.
With the better graphics and the fidelity and the improved camera, improved everything. I know that it's going to be a big push on, like, nostalgia and the classic version of it. Fine. If you're going to give us that, give it to us, but also give us a choice to play the other version, the updated version. For people like Chris, who like maybe would get into it if it functioned like a current game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
No, I
that's-
agree entirely.
so
Yeah, that has been like the talk amongst like the community though. Like what games you would like to have from the olden style be brought up to new game, even if it has like the old like gameplay, but just brand new style, like inputs and playability. It's just it would change that view on old games. You know,
the rumor
Like,
before
play it.
the Mario 35th, the Mario 3D collection was that we were going to get a HD up like remake of Mario 64. That's what I wanted. When they showed it was the original game, I was like, well, I don't need that. I don't need that to play this game.
Yeah.
Like I would have rather I wanted them to ground up make Mario 64 and have it Mario function like Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, that would have made a much better business like proposition or like a business move. It would be much better.
They did it for the original Mario All-Stars. Like you didn't get the NES version of Mario 1. You got an updated Super Nintendo looking version of Mario 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
So why didn't we get the same treatment with this?
I don't know, man.
But that's off on a tangent. I think them trying to keep preserving the Game Boy games with this, what's it called?
The analog pocket.
The analog pocket is dope. I think that's a dope idea.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. Like, what is it? We had Retron was doing the same thing for old systems like Nintendo, Sega, and they're a whole different company. So these two companies work separately. So I don't know how they have gotten. Like, I haven't really looked into it of like how they've gotten around with being able to use the rights to, because the analog pocket just looks like a sleek iPhone version of like the actual Nintendo
Game Boy,
Color.
yeah.
So I don't know how they got through getting all the rights to use those blueprints. Probably even like look into like how to make it look the same and keep that same feel. But they definitely, with the body alone, they really brought it to the newer century. Like they were like, hey, what if we took Game Boy Color and then slapped iPhone like looks to it? They were like, yeah, let's do it. They just did it. You know.
But yeah, man, they're a dope company. They when they did it with Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, I was like, okay, they're finding creative ways to preserve these classic libraries of games.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, they're great, amazing libraries that just get forgotten at one point or another. Because unless you're, like you said, a hardcore gamer and are shoveling through like old, like franchise like gaming stores to be able to find that like Super Mario 3 cartridge, you know, they just forget it.
Right.
They'll leave it behind and they just forget about it.
For companies like this is a good conversation like about preserving old games, but like I think going forward every Nintendo system, even if you have to pay for it as part of your online every year, kind of how they gave us Nintendo and Super Nintendo, we should just get those, even if it's a select couple of games, you should get the select games from each era. Like after Switch, every system should have NES, SNES, 64, GameCube, or like the highlights of those systems bundled in with your online subscription. I honestly think, I mean, Xbox is doing their own thing with Game Pass. You can play your entire back catalog of 360 and Xbox games, most of it anyway. I would like Sony to do that better than they're doing it. Yeah. Like, why is there no good way to play like PS3 games? Like, why? Like, why can't I not go and play what's the superhero game on PS3? Main character's name was Cole. What's it called?
Infamous.
His name was Cole, right?
Yeah. I'm bad with names, but
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was his name, or at least one of the Infamouses. But like, I've never played Infamous, and I had this argument with people before. Not an argument, but I've always wanted to play it because I never played it. That's like a black hole in my gaming history. Like, I think when PS3 came out, I didn't have it right away. I didn't get PS3 until Grand Theft Auto 5 came out at the very end of the lifeline, pretty much.
With your great soundtrack that's still shrink wrapped.
That was 4.
Or no, that's
that
4.
Was 4.
My bad. Shit.
That's 4.
Smart ass.
I don't know numbers either. I can't do names or numbers. That's fine.
No,
It's
but
okay. I mean, I'm with you.
I
I
just-
started the PS3 late too.
like,
'Cause-
yeah, and so for somebody like me, it's like, well, and there's no way unless I just go buy those games and hook up a PS3. There's no way for me to play that
yeah.
legally. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and sometimes they do have when they do have that, they always bring like those key ones that they know they're gonna sell, and then they put them out for purchase instead of it being like a subscription. Like, hey, pay this amount and then you can play all these games. Like they should just learn something from like Xbox and Nintendo and be like, hey, just add a subscription to it and do it. And I guess they got a bad light because when they try to do that with the PS Now, it was because they were just charging way too much. I was like, who wants to pay a subscription of $25 to play like the highlights of the last like systems?
and it was poor emulation. They were complaining about how the emulation was on PS Now.
Yeah.
Like that's not even the ideal way to play it.
Yeah. So that was very, very odd, and it's still very odd that they don't have that system in place.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of red tape that I don't know about as to why they can't do that. But I don't know, man. I'd feel like that would add to PlayStation's pretty much dominance right now.
True.
Because I don't want to sit here and say they're only coasting off the fact that they're in the lead. Like they have the mind share. But I feel like I don't want them to do that because if at any point Sony slips up, it'll be hard to you. I mean, it won't be hard, but it'll be like, well, if you had these things in place, you could have kept the mind share and the goodwill of everybody playing your system. But
Yeah.
Sony's dominating too hard. I don't think that's going to happen. But, never get too big for your britches, I guess.
Yeah. Well, right now, the biggest complaint about Sony is PS5's out. Where are the PS5 games?
They're coming in
Well,
April.
I know it's
With
understandable.
The
Like, I
new
don't,
April games.
Yeah, that is true. Like, I don't have an issue with that, but it's just there's so many people out there that are like, hey, Xbox at least has released one or two. Like, they got Bugsnax and Astro's Playroom, and people
What does
are like
Xbox
still
have?
getting. Like, they've been out already with a few games, hasn't they?
No.
I don't know any games that Xbox put out. It's been Xbox exclusive.
Xbox is coasting right now. I don't even call it coasting because they're doing a good job. It's because they have Game Pass. Game Pass is what Xbox
Yeah.
has. Game Pass and third-party games.
Yeah.
They don't have anything like console exclusive that's worth a damn at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not. and,
Neither company does, besides like Miles Morales. But even then, that's not enough.
and it's
Yeah.
on
You can get it
PS4.
on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I constantly see the meme going around where it's like everybody's like asking Sony, like, "Yo, where's your shit?"
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, Xbox ain't got games, and that's just the way it is, you know?
And they
But
won't.
PlayStation does
And-
this coming April with
Yeah.
3 of your PlayStation Plus games. Let's start with the PS4 games first, because the news and the good shit is the PS5 game. So we'll start with the game that I'm not familiar with, but Zombie Army 4 Dead
I
War.
don't know what that is.
Don't know.
Yeah. Zombie
got
game.
me there.
I'll maybe download it. Days Gone. Actually excited for
Yeah,
this.
I want to play that because I never played it.
Yes.
And it's free, so why the hell not?
It looks cool. I don't know if you get an up-res for PlayStation 5 with this version. Because I think there is an up-res to PS5 coming soon for this game. I might have seen that. But I don't believe you get it with the PlayStation Plus, similar to how Final Fantasy was with when you got that for free. You didn't get the PS5 upgrade.
Right.
But the PlayStation 5 game is Oddworld, Soulstorm.
Yeah.
Craziness. I did not know that was free. I remember we
I don't
kept
think any of
talking
us
about
did.
it, but I thought
No,
that was just
I
a
didn't
game that
think
was
so.
coming out. I didn't know it was going to be free.
Yeah, neither did I. I mean, I'm kind of like excited, like super excited for the fact that game's coming out, and like I can just pick it up in 3 days and just fucking relive my horrors of playing Oddworld in PS1.
New horror. This is a new version of it.
Yeah.
I mean, this will be my first divulging into the series, but I'm very shocked with how much that they like shielded out at every single PlayStation event how it's going to be free. That's the thing that's more surprising to me than the fact that it is free, is the fact that, like, every PS event, every single, like, thing, like, here and there, like, it was I'm pretty sure it was at the Game Awards they showed it too.
Yeah.
It was everywhere. They kept showing more and more shit about Oddworld, like, yo, Oddworld's coming, to the point where I just didn't give a fuck anymore. I was like, I don't care, just give me the game, I'll play it, whatever. But now you're giving it to me for free. I'm like, what's wrong with it? Why are you giving it to me for free?
Now,
you know?
let me...
Like, you spent so much time, like sucking it off, and now you're just giving it to me? Why?
You let me into my next question. Why do you think... And I don't want to sound like, you know, a conspiracy theorist or anything, because that's not where I'm going with this. But I think, like, why are they being generous with these free games? Games that you wouldn't think would be free. Is it because there's nothing coming, so they feel like they need to have goodwill towards the players? But it's weird to me. Like, we got what? Recently, we got what? Even though this was a PS4 game, we got Control. We got, what's that car game that we all played like once that came for PS5? Chris, the game we used, like, it was terrible. You played it one time. So you don't even remember.
Demolition All-Stars?
Huh?
Oh, the car game. Yeah, fuck that game.
Yeah, that. Battle All-Stars, whatever that was called.
Battle bullshit.
Bugsnax wasn't free. Bugsnax was free?
Bugsnax was free.
Bugsnax was free at the beginning, yeah.
And now Oddworld and... What did we just say?
You had Astrobots as well.
Oh, yeah, Astrobot. But that was like a little, let me show you how the PS5 works game. Even though it was great. Even though we love it.
Best game.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. IGN.
I think IGN. I think these games are all based on that, like, stay-at-play system that they were trying to set up, like, due to COVID.
Oh,
like,
stay at home
kids a thing to play or whatever. If they manage to get their hands on a PS5, because, you know, bots and scalpers are retarded. But it's just to give them something to play, I guess.
And I get that, but you're already getting free games, and these are new exclusive games. Like, these are, it's not like these are like games we had on PS4 or just up-res versions. You're getting, like, this Oddworld game, like Chris said, as much as they pushed it out and promoted it, you would think, like, no, this is a premiere game, we want you to pay for it. It's the first Oddworld game in years. So you would think that they're like, no, this is a big deal.
If anything, I would see it being like a $40 game more than the $60 personally. That's just me, though.
Maybe that's why.
Like, it's just no offense to platformers, but it's just a platformer, and I feel like you can't charge $60 for just a platformer anymore.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you gotta give me a little bit something more, but I mean, fuck it, I'll play it. Like, I'm gonna play it now even more so. I was gonna buy it, but now I don't need to.
Now you don't have to.
So, there's that. I'm just hoping it's not terrible.
Puzzle platformer.
And even if it is, you didn't spend a dime on it. Yep. So.
That's a good point. But it would have disgraced my PlayStation 5.
Just for a few seconds.
Man.
But I think just, like, not just to brag on, like, just the Sony April games, but they had a few other game releases that are coming out this April. You have Outriders was on April 1st. Oddworld Soulstorm on April 6th, like we said. Major League The Show 21 is going to be on April 20th.
I might pick that up. I've been meaning to play some baseball.
See, I'm never a big sports like
baseball is
game.
So good, dude.
So, we have Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139.
That's just egregious.
That's literally the whole title of the game.
Before Sleep,
on
25 over 8 Kingdom Hearts. That's all it's at heard just now.
It's a Square Enix game. I played the first
that
game.
makes sense now.
And, you know, Square with their names. And then we have one of the big games that we've been waiting for Nintendo is Pokemon Snap on April 30th. And Returnal on April 30th for the PlayStation.
I want to play Returnal.
So those are some of the big releases for April, which I am looking for Pokemon, Returnal, and Oddworld.
Yeah,
those are my choices.
It's gonna be a good birth month for Ant and I.
Yeah.
Gaming all night long, you know.
That's what I do.
So
it's not.
So that's what's to be expected on April releases.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
I'm
definitely copping Returnal.
The moment.
I got a funny story here. This is from Game Facts. I found a little Instagram page that's pretty dope. Just a fact for you, Chris, because you really like this game. So remember when they were presenting Cyberpunk, and we got the ever-loving meme of "You're breathtaking"?
Yeah.
So CD Projekt Red sent a free copy of the Cyberpunk 2077 Collector's Edition to the guy who shouted "You're breathtaking" to Keanu Reeves during that Microsoft E3, right? And he said, but however, he declined to accept it and called CD Projekt Red to donate the game system to charity instead.
That's nice.
That's pretty dope.
Dodged a bullet.
Yeah, that's really what I wanted to get from all of this. I was like, I don't know if he did it to be a nice guy or to dodge the bullet.
Dodge the bullet. Dodge the bullet.
In all reality, it's pretty nice.
Cyberpunk.
So,
Connect the dots between this. Cyberpunk. Dodge the bullet. Cyberpunk. Keanu Reeves. Matrix. Dodge the bullet.
I see where you went there.
I see.
Great.
Yeah,
it was nice.
So did I.
Yeah, they just put out their patch with like and fixed over like 500 bugs apparently.
But
The dude who's I don't know if he's the new lead or whatever, but he was talking about trying to get it back on the PlayStation Store.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it back on the PlayStation. Just you lost, you lose. Good day, sir. Go away.
It's got to be contractual at this point. Like they're under the gun to just finish it because they have to have a functioning version of this game. That's where I'm at with it now. Like, you must have something like, you will not have no investors going forward if you don't put out a finished version of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was a April Fool's joke or not, but just to play off of what you said, Chris, the patch 1.2, according to IGN sources, have actually put out more bugs.
Shocker.
Than the bugs that they fixed. So
When was the article released? And if it's IGN, I don't trust a single word they say because they think Invincible, the show, is bad because they're terrible.
It was posted on April 1st. That's the reason why I said I don't know if I should fully credit this, but it was updated on April 1st, and it was posted on April 1st.
No news, no actual news should come out on April 1st.
It really
unless
should.
It's an emergency.
This seems to be legit. And there's a bunch of videos being popped up where now random sandstorms are introduced in the game. You could be going through,
you're in a city
randomly. You could be like going around a city, and then all of a sudden, just sandstorms come out of nowhere and cover the whole city.
That's gotta be a meme, dude. It's gotta be a meme. But at the same time, it's believable. I hate it.
But there's also ones that they're saying that there's clipping issues still. Remember how the cars were getting stuck in buildings and stuff?
Yeah.
So remember how I mentioned that adding the wiggle mechanic was going to be a bad thing? Well, it's happening. Like, people are using the wiggle mechanics, and their cars are going through buildings, through the floor. Like, it's crazy. There is other updates where your save file gets corrupted after the patch is finished. So if you do have a save file, it's fully corrupted. Start it over. It's
hard to tell if these are actual jokes because this is all feasible. I would believe every word of this.
Yeah. And it says that it's not only affecting PS5 versions of the game, but across all platforms, including the close to seamless PC version. So not only did they ruin what they already had actually working on PC, but every other console is also experiencing all of these bugs.
Great.
So that's a Cyberpunk whoopsie for you guys again.
It never ends.
Yeah, it's just like I said, you can try to fix it, but there has to be a point where you just throw it all away and start over, which it seems like they're doing because CD Projekt Red has already confirmed and released that they're working on the next Witcher and Cyberpunk stories on 2022.
So
moving forward.
Yeah. They also said that they might not be doing online too.
Yep.
Which is a big promise that they made
Yeah,
a while
huge
ago
promise.
that they're now backing out of.
Correct.
Let's end on some good news. Because I'm tired of them. I'm tired of Cyberpunk. I'm tired of their shit. Resident Evil 8 put out a new gameplay trailer.
Yep.
Did you both watch it?
I kept seeing it, but I kept
haven't watched
meaning
it,
to
I
go
just
click on it.
kept
I
seeing
didn't.
it.
Sorry.
How am I the only one that's watched it?
Because you can't wait for it to come out and we can continue our Resident Evil playthrough. That's
Yeah.
why.
Well, no.
You're excited. It's okay. Go on.
Okay, so it looked cool. I will admit. The scene that they chose specifically to show off was when you're down in the cellar. It was kind of where we were in the demo. It looked like, but instead of it just being like a normal stone area, it's like flooded with blood, like flooded to your your doink level, you know.
Doink level, right?
And
Science.
you're walking through that. Showed off some of the gunplay in it, shotgun and handgun that you use, which was very Resident Evil. I don't know much about the games, but I know that that's a staple.
Yes.
Almost from watching Haptic stream over on their YouTube. I forget which one they're playing.
4.
I think it's 4.
4.
I think.
Yeah.
4.
But
Yeah.
I don't.
They're
Yeah.
playing 4, yeah.
Yeah, with whatever they are playing, I know that Josh is good at sniping, and he goes bap every single time he gets a headshot. But that's about all I remember. But other than that, it looks cool. I don't think it was very jump scary, surprisingly, compared to the what's it called, the demo. They kind of just like zombie people with sickles come out of the blood water, and then just come at you slow.
I'm gonna play this.
There was a cool
I'm gonna watch
scene with
this.
Step On Me Lady. And it was very good. I mean, I like the way it looks. It's just that, here's the thing. If we play it, I think that someone else should just take the controller.
No.
Like, I'll experience it. I just don't want to be the one that plays.
Not the
'cause
same
I don't
effect.
like.
Not the same effect. It is not the same effect at all.
It's not
You
the
have
same
to play
effect,
it.
so you're going to have to play it. That stands, man.
That's not
that
the same.
Stands.
I'm glad we settled that. All right.
I'm actually looking at the trailer now, like as we're recording, and like it looks great. You're right, Chris.
I can
looks
admit
sleek,
when
it looks
shit
fun.
looks good. I'm not going to be that guy. And I'm like, it's scary. I don't like it. Like, no, it looks good as fuck. I very much liked the scene with I really wish I knew her name instead of just calling her Step On Me Lady. But
Lady Demetrius.
Yeah, whatever. The mistress or whatever the fuck it is.
I think
Lady
it's
D.
I think it's Dimitrescu.
Lady D. Lady D, her dialogue was very cool. And then she was like on the phone or something and like throws the table because she gets pissed off.
Yeah.
That was cool. And I also found it funny in the trailer, right after she leaves, you just like pull out your little dinky knife in first person view and you just walk along the windowsill. Like, nice. But yeah, it looks good.
That could be you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be me because
That
you're
will
going to
be-
force
that
me to
will
do
be
it.
him.
No, we're not forcing
I
you. You
have
want
no
to.
say.
You want to do
Yeah.
it. When it's in front of you, you're going to be like, give me that controller. I need to experience this firsthand.
Don't think so.
Got a good feeling.
But I'll do it though. I'll play the game. I think I'm probably gonna end up playing it, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that might be all for the news this week. A little lighter of a news week besides Cyberpunk, just like filling our heads with depression.
Oh, we also got a release date for that too, as well, at the end of the trailer.
What
So,
for Resi?
we already
yeah.
had a release date.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
been
did we?
out for a while.
oh, whoops. Well, I'm excited because now I get to look forward for it because I didn't notice it was on my birthday, May 7th.
Nice.
There you go.
Also,
You get to get stepped on your birthday.
Big time.
Also, there was
Big
big time. There was a concern on the internet where there was a report put out that there was a rumor that E3 you'd have to pay to watch it.
Yeah, I looked into those rumors because I was like skeptical about it because we were talking about it in one of my classes, and it was just a rumor that spawned from some of the shops that they were gonna have in the show, like in the physical convention, stating that they were gonna have like auctions and stuff like that. But the only way to get to that was to pay a cover fee. Where they'll have like a little auction of like all their wares and you can buy it. But
I wouldn't mind if they did like you had to pay to watch like like almost like a pay-per-view thing, but like they would have to include something where it's like you spend, say it's like $40 to watch, but you also get like a goodie bag with like a t-shirt, a pin, and like a bag that they send to you physically, like in the mail or something. I wouldn't mind that because like it makes sense. You know?
Yeah, but that would only work if they also had a free tier where you can just watch it.
True. And they could do that. Or like a lower tier at least, like something like, like $5 to watch.
I say free because there's no way to like hold that information.
It's not that you're holding it, it's just that you're able to see it live, if that makes sense. Because like once it goes out, obviously it can be posted everywhere, but it's like you're seeing it live and it's more of a communal thing. Like, say if it was on like I don't know, I mean, you can't really do it on Twitch necessarily, but like if it was like a pay-per-view on Twitch, like you would have your chat and like you'd be a part of the chat giving your thoughts and whatnot. But I don't know, I'm not against it. Yeah. Like
so there was a tweet out by @Nibelian.
What?
It says VGC E3 2022 will be a digital event / and could be behind a paywall. And he had a link to some sort of like to the E3 site, stating the leak of what they were gonna have for the show. And after that, E3 or @E3 actually retweeted, quoting, saying E3 2021 digital show. It's a free event for all attendees. We're excited to fill you in on the real news for every event very soon. So they're getting ready to like show a bunch of stuff. This also came out from the ESA. Jeff Keighley also tweeted saying that it was going to be free to... A quick joke on saying summer events are going to be free to play. So it seems that everything was just based off of a rumor. Due to like people speculating, they canceled last year, so they have to make up for the amount of money they lost and all that stuff.
I'm glad because I feel like there was already rumors of the death of E3 because of the independent game like announcements that all the major companies are doing now, the independent events, and how the audience for E3 is getting smaller and smaller by the year. I feel like if they would have done this, because if I'm Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft, like the big guys, right? Even even if I'm like Square or Activision, like all of those companies, and that's not how they want to do it. It's like, well, no, we want our people to have full range to see our information live because it helps them. Then that would make me pull out of E3. Like I'm like, well, no, we'll just do our own, and we don't need your wall in front of us to get the information. Yeah. I could see if E3 was its own game company and had their own games coming out, right? Then they could do what they want. But if I'm Nintendo, I was like, well, no, already Nintendo and Sony are like, we're not coming. So it's like we're gonna have our own free thing live that we do all like we've been doing. I don't think it would have worked in E3's favor. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Well, the thing is like looking deeper into it, like E3 is just the actual event name. Like the company that runs E3 is called ESA, I think it is, or SAE or some stuff. No, ESA. So pretty much this company is based. It's a paid subscription that you can technically, like you, me, or Chris, can jump in on it and say, hey, we're game developers. Okay. So you send in an application, you show off your game, or you show off your projects, you pay a cover fee, and now you're in this like community, like Discord community based off other video game developers that are like, hey, we're just using your platform to showcase our game.
Right.
That's what ESA is in all technicality. So they have E3 as one of the bigger events where the big boys, like we say, Square Enix, Nintendo, Sony, Xbox, they're all jumping on it, and then they throw their games in because it gets the most amount of coverage. you know, E3 used to be shown on G4, and it had national coverage television and everything before streaming services. And now that we all pretty much watch everything on YouTube or stream it, it's much easier, and you cover a bigger population with less charges because you don't have to pay for national TV. You don't have to pay for
True.
You know, all of these other cover things.
And that made sense back when you had to do that. Like I'm like now, like so you want me because to even be a part of E3 as one of those huge companies, you have to pay a lot of money and then have a booth and then have it whatever things you got to set up and arrange to have it streamed through them. So if I'm Sony or somebody, and I'm like, I'm not paying y'all hundreds of thousands into the millions to do that when I can just do it myself and get the same audience or even a bigger audience.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just Sony fanboy number one and that's it, then why would I go to E3? I'll just wait for Sony to put up their own thing, watch it for free, and they're going to and you know they're going to capitalize. Any company will be smart enough to capitalize off the fact that people are expecting new game news or in that week in June. So even if I'm not a part of E3, I would release my my direct that week because everybody's already in the mode to see it because there's a bunch of other game news getting thrown at you all week.
Yeah.
So you can capitalize off E3 without even being part of it.
Yeah. And that's one of the things about the ESA. It's just like I think what happened with COVID and everything and all their cancellations and stuff last year and them having to like struggle to try and see if they can put out a show and then having to cancel it all, even though they noticed that they had like Sony who had already confirmed that they weren't going to E3. I think it might have been more of a blessing than a curse because now they had to use all of this technology, all of this like moving forward, and it's like, hey, it's much cheaper if we just have a digital show where we'll slap a camera in front of Geoff Keighley and a green screen and be like, hey, everybody can watch it wherever they want, and we don't have to fly all these people like Chris once mentioned, like fly all these people, having hotels and all of this extra coverage, and then you having insurance for the people who are attending your show, and like all of these shops coming in and they had needing insurance. You know, it drops the cost by thousands, if not millions. So it's like having a free a show that you can just stream it. It's much more cost efficient for them than they can ever do. So I think now E3 is finally making money off of their subscriptions and the people who are showing up to join the ESA and to like showcase their game through them. So it's like now they can do what they want to do and showcase all that stuff. So,
yeah, and either way, we'll be streaming it. On Twitch.
You'll be seeing
TV.
it. First front row. Come to us.
We will.
And if E3 wants to charge you, just we'll pay for it. Y'all can give us the $5 and we'll stream it.
Yeah, right.
That might be illegal, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Or I'll cut that out.
E3 will come around and slap us dead.
Yeah. Well, it has been a nice normal length episode of the Cyberpunk Winning Podcast. Ant has a son that's currently dying of hunger.
He's fine. He will be okay.
We got some Oreos earlier.
Hey man, that's all you need. But we'll let Ant go cook some food and give him some sustenance. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
He's okay.
I didn't say he's not okay. I'm just saying give him some food.
No, I know.
Give him some chicken nuggies or something. I don't know. Like what's the thing that kids like?
Dino Nuggets?
They like
Dino
to just
Nuggies.
eat pizza and nuggets and peanut butter and jelly and
Together?
Yes.
Together. Yup, that's what I meant. At the same
Superfood.
in a sandwich.
I'm just gonna go.
We put peanut butter and jelly, and then inside of it you throw nuggets and pizza. You slap it together and you give it to your child.
Oh God.
So we're trying that, right?
Yeah, that might be. We might have to do a video of that.
Oh man, epic meal time. Let's do it.
All right. So if we ever do that in the future, you can find that out by going to our social media. Save the letter B, and then the number 4, quitting, over there on TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll give you all the updates there. We'll be posting stuff every single week. We post TikTok at least once a week now that I'm doing it more often. Hopefully more than once I get more content rolling out. Other than that, you can also shoot us an email. We didn't get any questions this week. How dare you?
I know. What's wrong with you?
How dare you?
We love you so much and you don't.
It was a sad time.
Yeah, no. But you can send us a question for next week. Say before quitting, fully spelled out at gmail.com. We'll answer you, and we will shout you out in all of the descriptions of the podcast with your socials. And that's all that I have.
Yeah, man.
Boys.
I think that's it.
What do you guys got? Is that it?
That might be it. We don't have no questions. We gave you everything that we could give you, listeners.
All right. So
let's go play some games.
Yeah.
yeah.
Go watch that
Maybe
Ninja,
play some games
TMNT
later,
video on YouTube. Please.
Yes,
it
go
is a
watch
great
that.
time.
It's a good time.
If you haven't yet.
Get it to our number one liked video.
Do it.
Beat the PS5. Is the PS5 better than TMNT? You decide.
Man, that's a hell of a question.
That is.
And we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
And remember to always save before quitting.
Save before quitting. Please.
Save before quitting.